In this video, I'm going to guide you through a beginner's kettlebell workout for your core, especially dedicated for men and women over 40. But before we get started, we help busy over 40s get in shape with only 30 minutes of kettlebell training per week in the next 6 weeks. If you want to find out more about our method, check the first link in the description and download our free ebook called The Kettlebell Code. All right, so get your kettlebell ready. Men, we start with a 12 kg. Women, we start with an 8 kg. Make sure you're properly hydrated and ready to get started. And don't worry, the warm-up is already built into the exercise. So the first exercise is called the suitcase walk. Kettlebell's next to me. I stand next to it. I hinge, straight spine, bend the knees, lift the bell with my legs, and now I start walking. That's it. And even if you don't have a lot of space, just make the most out of it. There is a reason why farmers are so strong. It's the farmer's strength. And that's exactly what we're building. And as you can see what's happening, the weight wants to bend my body to the left side from that perspective, and my other side has to resist the urge of bending. And this is how we train these muscles. We have a couple of seconds on the clock. And I can feel my sides working. 10 seconds to go. And now I drop the kettlebell between my legs. And now I do the same thing on the other side. Hinge, straight spine, lift from the legs. Let's go. Now the suitcase walk also trains a muscle that's called the QL muscle. And according to research, if we make this little muscle stronger, we might have a good recipe against back pain. It's the simple things. Yes, kettlebells are a little bit more complicated and maybe require some skills. But there are exercises like this one that are low skill. But that doesn't mean that they don't serve as benefits. 15 seconds to go. And now I drop the kettlebell down. I relax, I shake it off. And here come the single hand swing with the left side. Now it gets a little bit more complicated. I swing the bell between my legs and hip thrust it up to chest level. And make sure you don't want to use your arms too much. We don't want to do this. This is not a pull. It's all about using your hips. And think about the following cue. Push your feet into the floor or stab your feet into the floor to hip thrust the bell upwards. Switching sides. If you feel your arm is getting tight, you're too arm dominant, think about that cue. Push the feet down and hip thrust the bell up. And park the bell and relax. Take it off. Now, clean. It's almost identical to the swing. So it's 1, 2, and then I switch the grip, insert my hand inside the wind of the kettlebell, keep the elbow close to my body, and drop it back between the legs. Switch sides. Again, we use the same cue, stabbing the feet into the floor and keeping the arm close to my body. And drop the bell, relax, shake it off. All right, suitcase deadlift. Similar to the suitcase walk, But now I don't walk. I just lift the bell up. Hold that position, drop it back down. If you want to make this exercise a little tougher, I go into a staggered stance. And switching sides again. Make sure you keep that spine straight as you bend over. Push the hips back. And keep a straight posture. All right, now here comes the unloaded windmill. So, my left arm extended over my head. And now I look towards my arm, push the hips to the left side. And now my right arm comes down to the floor. And then I come back up. My chest is facing towards you. I look up towards my arm. My right arm goes down, makes contact with my right leg. And switching sides. I push the hips to the left, now push the hips to the right. Left arm goes down and up. Pardon me, so it's the feet looking to the left and the hip going to the right. And always try to keep that arm extended. And here we go. We can rest. Shake it off. Simple stuff, friends. Now what we're going to do is we're going to rest the remaining 45 seconds on the clock. And then we're going to repeat this circuit, the same exercises. If we use too many exercises, we might get lost. We might waste our time with fancy stuff that doesn't work. But these exercises that I'm showing you are most bang for your buck. We use them on a daily basis with our clients. And especially if you want to focus on the core area, this is what we want to focus on. Now, yes, the windmill might be a little bit more fancy, but still, it's a good thing to go into this rotation. And now the final exercise, the windmill, we're gonna make it loaded, but I'm gonna show you once we're there. So, suitcase walk, hinge, spine straight. I'll lift with my legs, grab it with my left hand, and let's start walking. And now, let's increase the pace. And now I have a challenge for you. We do not want the kettlebell to touch the floor for the amount of work that we're going to do. I call this the unbroken principle, which I believe is the unique selling point of kettlebells. So I feel that left side, I feel that tension building up, and of course, you always want to rest according to your perceived exertion. If you feel there's some pain flaring up, or you don't feel well, you drop the kettlebell, stop the video, and then you go back at it again. 10 seconds remaining on the clock. And now I switch the kettlebell like this. Up, and we keep walking. The farmer's strength, this is what we're after. Big steps now. We're walking faster. And I always keep breathing. With kettlebells, we need to make sure that we're breathing properly. So I always try to inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. 25 seconds remaining on the clock. Single hand swing coming up in 10 seconds. Now I grab the kettlebell, hinge, touchdown, go. Now think about the cue that I told you about. Stabbing your feet into the floor. And when the arm makes contact with the body, you pull that arm towards your body and load the sling. And then boom, catapult the kettlebell up to chest level. Switch sides. Now the unbroken principle is going to challenge you a little bit more. Now focus on your breathing. 'Stomp your feet into the floor. Switch the grip. Insert your hand inside the window of the kettlebell. Arm close to the body. Switch sides. Three exhales. 10 seconds. Suitcase deadlift. Now, we're going to do a hang deadlift. So, I don't want the kettlebell to touch the floor. I want to keep it in the air and stand up. Hold that kettlebell in the air and stand up. Yes, we're hinging, pushing the hips back. We keep the spine straight, but we don't want the kettlebell to touch the floor. We want to follow that unbroken principle. Switching sides. And that staggered stance is a little bit more challenging. This way I can also isolate the leg a little bit more. Do not have to use heavier weight. And I don't have to worry about the stability component. And now with the low windmill. All right. Point both of my feet to the left, hip goes right, right arm over my head. And now I bend, extend my right arm to the ceiling, stand back up. And again, I do not want the kettlebell to touch the floor. One more. Switching sides. Feet point to the right, hip goes to the left, left arm over my head. Pushing the hips back as far as I can. Looking towards the ceiling. And I push the hips to the sides. And the kettlebell doesn't touch the floor. And now you drop the kettlebell, boom, and you did it. Cool down. So, I lay on the stomach. Both of my hands, I keep them at chest level. My feet make contact with the floor. Now my chest goes up. I extend my arms, I look towards the ceiling. Now knees go down, hips go up, extend my arms in front of me. Push the chest down towards the floor. And again, laying on the stomach and chest up. If you have enough strength, push your whole body off the floor. Knees down, hips up, extend your arms in front of you. 3, 2, 1, and you did it. Here's the next thing that you have to do. Clean and press that like and subscribe button. Share with a friend who's also interested in kettlebells. And if you made it this far, check out the Kettlebell Code ebook right now in the first link in the description. If you're over 40, 50, or 60, you don't have a lot of time, but you still want to take care of your fitness, take care of your strength, so you can have a strong and long life, get rid of belly fat, get rid of back pain, and that's what the kettlebell is perfect for. So download that free ebook right now and enjoy the benefits of kettlebell training.